Want your tomatoes to thrive all season? Let's talk about key steps that will keep your plants healthy and producing. We're chatting all about keeping your tomato plants happy and healthy. I'll show you how to clean and prune them, talk through fertilizing, and share some watering tips to make sure they're thriving all season. It's all about giving them what they need to grow big and strong. So let's jump in. It's been a few weeks. We planted our tomato plant. Look at how this guy is growing. It's so big. So we just want to make sure that we're maintaining it so that it continues to grow healthy. And one thing is to make sure that the soil is consistently moist for the tomatoes. As the summer comes along, it gets a lot hotter. The plant gets a lot bigger. So the requirements for the water is going to increase. So you want to make sure that there's a little bit added water for your tomatoes. You can also tell if it needs water, if it's kind of just sad looking, it's kind of drooping, then you would need more water. So you could hand water or you can use drip irrigation if you already have that set up. Just make sure that you adjust the timer on your drip irrigation or increase your watering, your hand watering. Mulch is a great idea, especially when summer is coming. It gets really hot. Mulch will help keep the moisture in. It will help retain most of the water. It'll help maintain the temperature and keep it consistently moist. So it's a great idea. Now for mulch, there's two different types. We have the more traditional type, which is a little bit thicker, bigger, like barks and leaves. Or you can also use compost or not fully decomposed compost and use that as mulch as well. Now, every 4 to 6 weeks, I'll come by here and fertilize my tomato plants. I do a combination of granular fertilizer, also the liquid fertilizer, and then I also like to come back around and do vermicompost and just do side dressing where you just grab a handful and toss it on top of the ground, scratch it in, and that will feed the soil as well as the plant. Pruning is very important. We have to prune this tomato plant. It is getting wild, which is beautiful, but in order to keep it healthy, we want to prune down these extra leaves down here. They are getting crowded. It's inviting a lot of pests. It gets really stuffy down here. And even just moving these leaves, I could see a lot of bugs just flying around. So we want more airflow down here. And how I prune my tomato plant is you're gonna see branches that shoot up really high, and those are gonna be called leaders. You wanna choose about 4 to 6 leaders. And for my case, with this trellis system, I like to leave about 4 to 6 leaders. It's really up to you how much you want to leave on there, but the more you have, just be aware that the more watering, the more fertilizing, and the more pruning you're going to need to do for your plants. And I'm going to prune off just the bottom leaves so I could see the base of the plant, the kind of trunk of the plant. So I'm going to prune these off here, the bottom ones, and these are touching the ground. We don't want these leaves touching the ground because that one invites a lot of disease from the soil. You can see how much more air and more flow here it's becoming. I'm going to take off a couple more. These bottom ones. Okay. And now, here's the main stalk. You could see 2 other stalks here that are coming out. These are going to be 2 leaders. And then sometimes there's going to be another one. I'm going to pick 5. I'm just going to pick that number. About 5 here that I'm going to make as my leaders. So here's 1, here's 2, here's another nice big strong one, and another nice big strong one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's one here, 6. So I'm gonna just double check here what looks good, and I'm gonna leave the ones I want to continue to grow. These other ones I'm gonna take off, and those are called suckers. These are also called suckers, but because I'm leaving them, now they're gonna be leaders. they're gonna be what's left, and they're gonna be the one that are gonna grow all of the tomatoes. So I'm gonna prune off more of these leaves here just to clean it up a bit, have more airflow. And don't worry, once it gets taller, more leaves are gonna come and you're gonna have to do the same thing again because it's just gonna get really crowded and we want more airflow. Because if you leave it, all the disease, all these pests, you could even see all the bugs here that are just happy to be in this kind of tight, closed, humid area in here. So these suckers that you pull off, look at this is a really good one. You don't have to throw it away. You can actually make a new plant with this. If you just leave this in water, after a few days, it'll start seeing roots that grow. Once it has a good root system, plug it into some soil and you have a new plant to share or a new plant to grow. I want to talk to you about the trellising system. Because I'm growing indeterminate tomatoes, you want to make sure you have a very strong, sturdy trellis. Now, when you go to the garden center, they have these kind of rings that they call tomato cages. Those really are best maybe for peppers or eggplants, and especially not indeterminate tomatoes. This will reach all the way to the top of this 6-foot tall trellis, and even more so, and flop over if we don't prune it. I've had this for about 5 years now. It's still going strong. It's very sturdy and will support this tomato vine. So make sure you have a really good trellis for your indeterminate tomatoes. With a little bit of care and attention, your tomatoes will be thriving in no time. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an update. Happy gardening! I'll see you in the next video.